Germany built 1,354 Tiger tanks. They could have built 4,000 Panzer IVs for the same cost. That decision, choosing quality over quantity, lost them the war. Let me explain how the most feared tank in history was actually Germany's greatest strategic blunder. Here's the brutal mathematics. One Tiger cost 300,000 Reichsmarks and required 300,000 man-hours to build. One Panzer IV cost 100,000 Reichsmarks and took 50,000 man-hours. For every Tiger produced, Germany sacrificed 3 reliable tanks. By 1944, they needed numbers. They built complexity instead. The Tiger required 2,000 man-hours of maintenance per 100 miles of operation. Not combat, just driving. The transmission failed every 150 miles on average. The final drive broke every 60 miles. 57% of Tigers were lost to mechanical failure or abandonment. More Tigers died to their own design than to enemy fire. A Tiger mechanic from the 501st Heavy Battalion testified, "We spent 10 hours maintaining for every hour fighting. The transmission was so complex it required a factory specialist. In Russia, that meant abandonment. We destroyed more Tigers ourselves than the Soviets did." But here's where it gets interesting. The Tiger's weight, 57 tons, meant it couldn't cross 90% of European bridges. Special rail cars were needed for transport. Roads collapsed under them. They consumed 5 gallons of fuel per mile. In combat conditions, 1 gallon per quarter mile. Operational range, 60 miles. Then they stopped, immobilized, waiting for fuel trucks that were already empty. The production complexity was insane. The Tiger required specialized factories with specific tooling. Only 2 factories could build them. When the Allies bombed Henschel and Son, Tiger production dropped 70%. Meanwhile, the Soviets built T-34s in tractor factories, train yards, anywhere with a roof. They produced 40,000 T-34s while Germany built 1,300 Tigers. Now let's talk about the myth of invincibility. Yes, the Tiger's armor was formidable, but here's what they don't tell you. The Soviets developed tactics by 1943. They'd target the tracks, immobilize it. A immobilized Tiger was dead. The Soviets claimed 2,000 Tiger kills. Germany built 1,354. The math doesn't work because many Tigers were repaired multiple times, but it shows the Tiger wasn't invincible, just expensive to kill. The crew situation was catastrophic. A Tiger needed specialized crew training, 6 months minimum. A Panzer IV crew trained in 6 weeks. When a Tiger was lost, Germany lost irreplaceable specialists. By 1945, Tiger crews had less than 50 hours of training. They couldn't maintain the complex transmission, couldn't perform tactical maneuvers, couldn't even properly aim the 88mm gun. Here's the strategic disaster nobody discusses. Tigers were concentrated in heavy battalions, 45 tanks per unit. Sounds powerful? It meant they were always outnumbered locally. While 45 Tigers sat in one sector, 500 Shermans attacked another. The Tigers couldn't respond. Too slow, too fuel-hungry, bridges couldn't support them. They won tactical victories while Germany lost the strategic war. A captured Wehrmacht staff officer revealed, "Every Tiger victory was a strategic defeat. We'd destroy 20 enemy tanks and lose 1 Tiger. Tactical victory. But they built 40 tanks while we repaired that 1 Tiger. We were winning battles with mathematics that guaranteed we'd lose the war." The Tiger's 88mm gun could destroy any Allied tank at 2,000 meters. Impressive, except most tank combat happened at 800 meters. The Panzer IV's 75mm gun was adequate at that range, and the tank was there, not broken down 50 miles behind the front, waiting for parts. Let's examine Operation Citadel, Kursk. Germany deployed 200 Tigers, their largest concentration ever. 89 were operational when the battle started. After 1 week, 31 remained operational. Not destroyed, broken down. The Soviets didn't need to kill tigers. They just had to wait for them to die naturally. The fuel mathematics alone doomed Germany. One tiger consumed as much fuel as 5 Panzer IVs. Germany was chronically short of fuel by 1943. They chose to field fuel-hungry monsters while their mobile units sat immobilized. Guderian himself said, "The Tiger was a masterpiece of engineering and a strategic catastrophe." Here's the final proof. The Sturmgeschütz 3, not a tank, but an assault gun, destroyed more enemy armor than all German tanks combined. Cost 80,000 Reichsmarks. Germany built 10,000. They were reliable, cheap, effective. No glory, no propaganda value, just efficient killing. If Germany had built Sturmgeschütz instead of Tigers, the war extends by years. The mathematics are undeniable. 1,300 Tigers claimed 8,000 kills. Impressive. But 48,000 T-34s and 50,000 Shermans were built. Germany needed 20-to-1 kill ratios to break even. They achieved 6-to-1. They lost before the first Tiger rolled off the production line. The Tiger tank was magnificent. It was also irrelevant. Germany built a tank to win battles when they needed trucks to supply the front, fuel to move units, and simple, reliable tanks in massive numbers. They built engineering masterpieces while their enemies built arithmetic victories. The Tiger was Germany's biggest mistake because it represented a fundamental misunderstanding of modern war. War isn't won by superior weapons. It's won by having adequate weapons in overwhelming numbers at the right place, with fuel to move and supplies to fight. Germany built Tigers. America built Liberty ships. Guess who won?